Alright, in this video I just want to get into a little bit about music and politics, whether or not you should include political statements or ideologies in your music. I think it seems that there's people out there that think that politics should not be a part of music. I actually completely disagree. I think if you can speak to something, if something is pissing you off and you have a very strong idea or opinion on something and you can speak to it, then why the fuck not? In the beginning of industrial music, throbbing gristle was political, taking ideas of cutting up language, cutting up words and phrases in newspapers and putting them in a hat and then pulling them out and reorganizing them, writing lyrics that way or whatever. That whole idea, that idea, Dadaism, taking images or words and reorganizing, cutting them up and reorganizing them, and that is a political, even though it's a slightly artistic movement, it is a political idea because they're taking control structures, the control structures of language or imagery, and they're reorganizing it and going, hey, it doesn't have to be like this. Doing music doesn't necessarily mean you have to get political either. Granted, industrial music in the early days was transgressive. There were political elements, political statements being made. However, I also think that if you don't feel you can speak to something, then maybe don't. Not saying you shouldn't try to, but if you feel you can't speak to something strongly, or if you just feel like you just want to have fun and not think about the political side of things, then that's fine too. So I think ultimately music and politics, some people don't appreciate music and politics being mixed. I think, sure, if you feel you can speak to something political, then definitely do it. If you can't, if you want to try, go ahead. If not, do whatever the fuck you want to do. So I've seen comments online on other artists' pages on YouTube or even Facebook saying, stay out of the politics, music shouldn't be in politics, and I actually disagree. I think that music and politics can fit together. I feel like I think that if you can speak to something, then why the fuck not? And if you're that can lead into things like activism and stuff. I mean, if you feel you can speak to something political, maybe it turns into something that you feel you can influence, and maybe you become an activist, or you decide after speaking to something musically and politically that maybe you want to go and join some kind of community association or whatever it is. And that's it for this video. That's all I wanted to get into. Hope you enjoyed it. See you in the next one.